A question I hear very often is, how can I tell if my coin has been cleaned? And we as collectors know that you generally don't want your coins to be cleaned. You want them to be in their original state, with their surfaces not impacted by any sort of abrasive scrubbing or chemical work or even just light rubbing. And there's no single one right answer to this. But there's a couple of different things to keep in mind and a number of different red flags which can indicate if your coin has been cleaned. So I have two coins here, two 1834 half cents. One of them has been cleaned and one hasn't. And the one that's been cleaned is the one on the left. The one that hasn't is the one on the right. And the first thing you'll notice, and especially for copper this is really important, is cleaned copper coins will have a much different color sometimes, not always, but sometimes, than original ones. So both these coins are either, XF, extremely fine, or maybe AU. They're circulated copper. They have a little bit of wear on the high points. And a circulated copper coin should not be red or kind of salmon colored like the one on the left is. They should be kind of brownish and chocolatey, sometimes the color even of dark chocolate, or sometimes more of a kind of brick brown like the one on the right. And even though the one on the right actually has kind of two colors in it, it has some dark brown up along the top, and then it has some lighter brown over the rest of the coin. It's much more desirable than the one on the left, because the one on the left has been cleaned. The one on the left has a bright kind of salmony color to it, or maybe just a bright reddish color to it. The surfaces are much shinier than you'd expect for a circulated copper coin. When these coins are uncirculated, they're supposed to be lustrous, not mirrored or shiny like it is. And particularly on the high points, it has this kind of very rubbed looking kind of extra high gloss on the high points, which you just don't expect. Now you can really see it here on the reverse side, how the one on the left is just unnaturally bright and reddish. And the one on the right is actually, it's darker, much darker than desirable, but it's original and has not been cleaned. So this is just one thing to keep in mind when you're thinking about if your copper coin has been cleaned. Is it the right color? Is it too glossy or too shiny? There's no single one right answer, but a combination of these things often will point you in the right direction.